I want to introduce the President of Local 132, Farrell. Brothers and sisters, today we are all utility workers. You know, I never thought that I would live to see the day where all of us come together as one. But today that happened in my life. Almost 50 years as a utility worker. Almost 50 years. A half a century of my life I spent as a utility worker. I spent in the manholes in the city of New York. And you know what? I was proud of what I did. Because in 1964, when I started working for the Edison Company, they made me a promise. And the promise that they made me is that if I worked hard and I did the right thing by them, they would do the right thing by me. That I would have a pension, that I would have medical, that I would be able to raise my family, support my family, and maybe someday even own a home. Now, what they want to do, because of Burke and his corporate greed, he wants to take that promise away from all of us. And we will not let him do it. What amazes me is that, you know, in 2011, we experienced one of the most tragic moments in history. 9/11.
Thank you.
Con Edison didn't have a problem calling us out as first responders because they wanted to show the world that even though they took the towers down, the power would still flow in New York City. Well, everybody knows that the power did not flow in Lower Manhattan until the utility workers got together, laid 33 miles of primary cable in 7 days to put the stock market back. So these lunatics, we gotta be out of our mind. When a storm hits, when tragedy strikes in this city, do they call on Burke? They call on the utility workers to put the lights back on. And you know what? We sit at that table, and we've been sitting at that table since April 12th. And since April 12th, nothing has changed. The only thing that they do is they extend their period of time between breaks. That's all they want to do. They don't want to negotiate this contract. They don't want to give us a fair contract. And what are we looking for? Our fair share? Con Edison made $1 billion last year. $1 billion. And what they want to do is they want to take our pensions away from us. They want to take our medical away from us. They want to take our sick time away from us. And they want to give us goose eggs for raises. Are we going to let that happen? Are we going to let that happen? What are we going to do? Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? Brothers and sisters, all we're looking for is our fair share. That's all we want. It's a piece of the American dream. What those guys over there in that Ivy Tower forgot is that we're the ones that built America. We're the ones that created the middle class. And let me just say this. Some of you have heard me talk about this before. I grew up in a labor home. My brother and I, since we were kids, you know what we heard? We heard about the struggles. We heard about my father having to work 6 days a week. We heard about him not being able to go on vacation or even to have a paid vacation or have paid medical. You know what? My father came out of World War II and he became an 807 Teamster. That's what he did. And you know what? The day he became an 807 Teamster, he worked a 5-day week. A 40-hour workday. Anything over 8 hours was overtime. He had the weekend off. He was able to take us on vacation. This is what unions have done for us. And what do they want to do? They want to take it away from us. We're not going to let them take it away from us. Because you know what? We will never concede to their demands. Never. Because as long as we have this, as long as we are one, as long as we are together, nobody can divide us. Nobody. Nobody. The other thing that people have to understand and remember, that this is New York. This is our town. These scabs that Con Edison brought in, these scabs from Virginia, from Alabama, from Tennessee, from even across the river in Jersey. These scabs will not get away with doing our work. This is our town. We're going to send them packing and let them drink another Mountain Dew. There is nobody in the city of New York, these elected officials that decided to sit on their hands and not get involved. Well, you know what? November's around the corner. November is around the corner. They will not get our vote. We will remember every one of them that sat on their hands. And Bloomberg, your days are numbered. Your days are numbered. Here's a guy more worried about 32-ounce soft drinks than he is about the lockout of 8,000 members. But you know what, brothers and sisters? We got to bring this back to where this all started. Just think about 1964. 1964, was the civil rights movement. And Martin Luther King decided that the only way that he was going to get what all Americans deserve in this country is to take it to the streets. Brothers and sisters, we have to learn a lesson from Dr. Martin Luther King. We have to take it to the streets. That is the only way anybody is going to listen to us. You see this today? You see this gigantic extended family that we got? Well, this extended family is going to have to take it to the streets. We're going to have to let the city of New York, all the elected officials know that we will not stand for this anymore. They're not shoving crap down our throat. We're not accepting their garbage. We want our fair share, and we will do whatever it takes. 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 You know, we all seen what happened in Wisconsin. We've seen how that lunatic Scott Walker, who's the governor there, decided to go after public sector. You know what? We knew it was just a matter of time before they come after the private sector. The problem is that Burke & Company decided to make Local 1-2 Ground Zero. They underestimated us, brothers and sisters. They underestimated the labor movement in the city of New York. When we have guys like Indiana Central Labor Council and Mariota State Fed, and all of the people that you heard speak today that sit with me on the Central Labor Council Executive Board. These guys are committed, brothers and sisters. They're committed to our fight, because our fight is their fight. Because of these sons of guns. Chris, I was nice. I didn't do what you usually do. These guys, what they really want to do is they want to hurt us. And let me tell you this. This is for my local 1 and 2 brothers and sisters. If you think for 1 minute that Con Edison decided to give you back your medical coverage for the month of July because they're nice people, you're on a different planet than we're on. Believe me, this was a fight that we fought since they locked us out. We asked them every time we sat down with them, when are you going to reinstate the medical for our people? When are you going to do this? What they did, Saturday we met with the company. We broke off about 8:30 at night. I was on my way home. I was driving in the car, right, and I get a call from their chief negotiator. And she says to me, we decided that we're going to reinstate your medical. I said, well, thanks. Anything else? And that was the end of our conversation. But you know what that told me that night? They blinked. They blinked. Brothers and sisters, I couldn't be more proud to be your president, to stand before you today, right on, Harry, as united as we are, because we're all one. But you know what? It's not only me, it's the negotiating team that we put together. Yeah. You know, most of you have heard me say All I have to do is make one phone call. And I placed that call to Mike Langford, our national president, and he said to me, when do you want me there? I'll be there. And he's been there ever since. Ever since. But I'll tell you what, to have a vice president who watches my back every single day, Jimmy Slevin is the guy that you voted in, that you wanted as your vice president. And let me tell you something, you would not want a better guy across the table from them lunatics. You know, but it's not only Jimmy and it's not only Mike. John Duffy, who come out of our local, is working behind the scenes. He turned my boardroom into a war room. But to have Bobby Stahl at the table, Jimmy Sciolino at the table, it's beyond belief, brothers and sisters, let me tell you something. But you know what? It's not only that. It's everybody on the team. It's everybody working together, whether it's Lucia, it's John Capper, it's Richie McNally, the chairman of the executive board, or our legal team. You know, I mean, it is unbelievable. You know, I've seen people work beyond my wildest dreams, believe me. I've seen John Melia handle call after call after call after call, you know, from the press. You know, so what makes this team so great is the team that's together. But we could never do it without your support, without your help, without you staying with us. Listen. You know, right now we have a struggle going on in Bensonhurst. You know, we got scabs out there yelling across the fence, I make more money than you guys.
Oh, yeah?
You know, this is what these scabs are doing. You know, but yeah, let me tell you something. We're going to show them where the door is. And the door is going to be the Verrazano Bridge. For them heading back south. So brothers and sisters, for anybody that don't believe we're family, we are family. And I thank you for coming out tonight. I thank you for standing with us. I thank you for being united with us. Because you know what today was? Today was a solidarity moment. Today was a family reunion. Today was a day that we all come together to show corporations who we are. We are union! We are union! We are union! We are union! Brothers and sisters, thank you all for coming out. Please safe. Local 1 and 2 members, don't forget to be on the picket line tomorrow. Tonight, we got to do what we got to do. God bless. God bless America.